no, you're totally wrong here. This is Route 12, Route 66, let me think. Well, there's a tiny little roundabout here to the left, past that, and then it's just the first one after the sheet music, just half a second. Have a nice day, no problem at all. Bloody foreigners. What are the difficult bits? Of course you have a walking bass. Oh dear. Yeah, but once you have a look at the walking bass, you will say, oh dear, that's not too bad. So let's have a look at the G walking bass. Oh no! It's the chord notes. Christian, thank you. You see, we are in the chord note business here. And on the C7, dun dun dun, it's chord notes. It's chord notes. It's not a Sony, it's chord notes. And we have here the G7. Here, now we go beyond the chord notes. And we have this, it only happens occasionally that we go this classic run with the walking bass. You might have seen or heard that once or twice or a billion times. So, and then we have this thing going from the A minor 7 to the D7 walking bass, and back to the G. Like, look at my left hand only. What is that? And this is not chord notes, but it's so easy. It's so much in the hand. Let's see again, coming from the A minor 7 to the D7. You put your hand as God gave it to you on fifth finger on the A. Then you take the next finger that God gave you and put it on the that key that God gave you for just this finger. Then same. Oh dear, the index finger goes right to the black one, which is just, sticking out its neck to be taken by the second finger. And then here. So, and then you go back. Whoa, did you suffer a lot? Well, sorry about that. Now we have this, so it couldn't be easier walking bass. Now we have this thing. And then we go from, our little turnaround is then going from G to D, right? That's our root. Root 65 it is. Then you take the fourth finger here. It's important, you better watch out. Yeah. And then the same. Here, only exception, here fourth finger has to move a little bit. And then it's the same. Stretching out this index finger to the C sharp and then going back to G. So that's walking bass. Keep in mind the pattern because it's always repeating. And then, you can add the right hand, which in the theme does not cause you too much trouble, does it? Come on. The theme here is I'm yawning, Okay, let's have a look. Because so simple, some tutorials want to sell you this piece as rubbish. We have 5 fingers, we are primates, we have 5 fingers, and we use them for not just for the chord note here in the right hand. Now have a look at the right hand. You might see that we're playing G here, and I'm not playing the G7. No, I play the G6, sounds better here. Yeah, G7 doesn't mean I have to play the 7, not at all. Don't get it wrong. It means if you play the 7, then it is the minor 7. Like, I prefer this one. Okay. And then you will already see, like I add to the major triad inversion, I add one extra note. In this case, it's a 6. And now we're coming to the... And here my philosophy shines through. Give it one more extra note than the other tutorials and you sound 3 times better. Because we have a voicing, which voicing is how we play a chord. If we play the C7 like this, or if we play the C7 like this. Instead of the root, I play the 9th here, and then I have this slightly better sounding voicing that, it has a slightly jazzy touch, but not anymore like Johnny Johnson is also playing it massively in blues. So it's a popular voicing. Few tutorials use it. I wonder why. Because they don't think that their students can understand one more note. So we have here the C with the 9th in the middle, and the root is skipped because it's played here. Okay. Now this thing keep this in mind: the 7, 2 or 9, 3, 5 voicing, because it's coming back. I love it if I can explain to you something which is a module in the piece, which comes back. So then you just explain it once, and you can use it in learning on YouTube without having each time to like, oh, what is that? I have to scroll back. Keep it in mind, this voicing is coming back. And then we have something And here, essential here is that you change the finger setting to the third one because you want to reach out for this one. Yeah? To the blue note on top. It doesn't make it into a G minor now, it's just a blue note, okay? So, change. You see here, don't get nervous or phone me up in the night, at night. What is this, Christian? It's the G, yeah, what is it, Christian? I got to phone somebody up. It's the G6 with the sharp 9 on top, or you could also say the flat third. It doesn't exist. It's a sharp 9, okay? So, just accept it. Don't ask too many questions. And then we have, again, we have this little fill. Okay. Now, didn't I just tell you, you can use that module, the 7-9-3-5 voicing, again, because I explained it already once. Here we have it again. Before we had it in C. 7-9-3-5. You know already that the 9 is identical to the 2, which is it's just a different name. Like Claudia and Shawnee. Is that a name? Same name, different name, same girl. Okay, different name, same chord, same interval. Christian, stop talking. Okay, now we have this 7-9-3-5 voicing, and we use it on G as a fill. 7-9-3-5. Okay? Here. Same again. Now. Here. And here, of course, there are many variations of this piece. The Stones played with the 5. I don't like the Stones version too much. I love it if it has the original 2-5 chord progression here. And then what you learned in the beginning. Okay, now, lucky you. You know the slow replay is coming afterwards. We focus on some bits here. And then comes the second verse. What am I doing? The same. And then it's a swingy, I give it the whole thing a little bit of Oscar Peterson swingy, a light bluesy feeling, you know? So, bap, bam, bap, bap. Here. If you don't manage this one right now, just make it this one, okay? And then move back fast. Here. Same. Here in the left hand, sorry, we have this run here on the G7 because we have the time, we have 2 bars on G7, so then we walk all the way through. We have the 2 bars of G7 and then it's 1 and 2 and 3. Christian, come on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Bap, bap. Same. It repeats this thing, the rhythm, and then we have now. If you can play this little slide or accidental with the 4th finger. If not, hey, you're just screwed. Now, I'm sorry for my language. That's just Christian, the vulgar himself. It's the 5th finger. Yeah, that's fine. Just play the D then. Okay? Then we have the break. Well, there's not much to it, is it? You can almost play that from ear, from your memory, because everybody knows this song. I don't mind if you then or play here like ba ba da 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 or ba 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 bam bam ba ba ba. If you do your little from the memory play, you shall be allowed to do that. Okay? Then da 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 da. And then we have, can you see? Like from the beginning of the break, we have the G7. Can you see? Can you read my mind? Look at the chord. Voicing 7, 9, 3, 5. I told you. Okay. Okay, here we have something sweet. We are in C7 now, and we have the 3, the 6, the 7, and the 9. Just do it, don't ask. Do it, okay? It just sounds great. And back to, again, the C7. It's a C7 with a 9 on top, because it's a melody, and I just put the 6 in between. It's just great. It's just great. Then we have, it's the same module, 7, 9, 3, 5 from the beginning. My mouth is getting dry from repeating this stuff to you. And then, again. Same. Can hardly talk. Now you get these easy simple notes you get from the slow replay. Now we are coming to the solo, my dear friends. Extra to the regular tutorial, I kept it with a couple of little nice bluesy licks by Oscar Peterson, or at least in the style of Oscar Peterson. So this already is like reminds of Oscar Peterson, doesn't it? So we have in the G, and then comes this element with the 6 run down. You see, great effect. So the 6th, and then we have our royal thirds with the, you know that if you subscribe to my channel, the royal thirds walking down with the help of the rhythmic thumb. Yeah, royal thirds are here, always with the thumb in between. A little bit of swingy accents, and then we have this. Very Oscar Peterson-like. Repeating, and again our 6 going down. Here we have something. Oh, clashing notes. We play them simultaneously. The C and the C sharp. It's in bar number 44. And again, the thirds here hidden. If you know the thirds, you're really fine off. Then we have the trill. You don't have to play the trill. It's nice. But you can. And then we have this scale. Here it's important that you manage the blues scale with the right finger setting. Again, watch my blues tutorials regularly and you will know that the finger setting is really important to get it down smoothly, gingerly with the 4th on the C sharp, and you're ending right on the spot on the G. Then it goes on a little bit. You can figure that out by yourself. I want to show you that you go down in speed now and try to put the left hand with the right hand together. Really go down as slowly as this one. Then you can remember it's the chord notes. Then you can remember it's the 6th element now. Remember these elements, not single notes. 6, you remember, and then you figure these out. Then you remember chord notes, and then you remember the royal thirds going down with the thumb. Yeah, so you remember these elements. You remember this element now, which repeats. And remember the syncopation when you put it on the left hand. The left hand is not only your enemy, it's also your friend, because it's fourth notes. That means it's your metronome. So if you have a syncopation in the right hand, here, boom, boom, boom. The fourth bass is your helper, your metronome, to tell you where the eighth syncopations are coming. Right in between, here. And so on. And then, so this, I really recommend going down in speed, especially when you're interrupting the chord notes for the, you know, where am I? Yeah. You take these bars separately, practice them, then you do the 2 bars around the difficult bars, like then you take. Then you take the. Then you take these. Okay? You take 1 hard bar, then the bar before and the bar after, slowly, then speed it up, and then adjust it to the tempo you can play the surrounding stuff with, like what's coming. Oh no, it's going, I was wrong, like. And here I found it interesting, you know, when we talk about improvisation, I improvised this. I rarely take the first bit because I have time here to figure out what suits me most and what might suit you the most and what is playable for you. So I kind of half improvise. And here I figured a typical mechanism of improvisation, because this one, it's nice, it's nice and melodic, and it's not from me. But it came out in my improvisation, and I tell you in my improvisation tutorials that you fill your system with inputs. You listen to your music, like, or you have listened to the music your father listened to, or you go to clubs. So every time your ear learns something. And this bit I learned, I think, when I was 14 from I heard this the first time on a Dave Brubeck recording, where he played a blues. Of course, you will like probably play the Dave Brubeck, you know, he's a smart man. He played all these block chords, but the motive came up right at that moment when I improvised this little bam 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 ba dam bam ba ba doop ba 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 ba. So that's how it works. It came from the depth of my let's say basket of input I collected in my life as a listener, and then it showed up. So it's an association rather than an invention by myself, and that's how it mostly works. What is coming then? The rest is just really nice to play with little effort. That's the stuff the small bits Oscar Peterson does, and they sound swingy and light. You can do that. You can do that. And then we have the drone lick, you remember? Yeah? Like we're coming now in bar number 57. We just come from G. Sorry. Christian. Here we have the drone lick. So you can recall, John is the drone lick. You remember the drone lick with a note on top resounding with every note of the lower bit, like, and then make this a chunk in your memory. I think you heard it called chunk learning. You remember, this is the element I remember, drone. Not 5 notes, but drone. 6. Royal thirds. And then again, drone. And then you just have to remember a little bit of the order of the drone. Yes. And here, end of the drone, and then again the third. You see? You had this element before. Remember that. With a little variation. So you just have to remember, it's that variation. Okay? Then we have the B part. Again, this ba ba da da ba ba. It's identical. You don't have to relearn it. And then we have to see the last verse. And there, it's the same again as the first verse, except here. And again, I'm sorry to bore you to death. If you watch my blues piano tutorials, you know the 6. So it will light up in your brain right now. The synapses will go completely happily crazy. And the 6th of G. Okay. Now you do this. Yes, you will have this. The beginning of the chord, you have this C chord, and the finger setting might be a little bit stretchy for you. Oh, I just realized in my sheet music, I said it's 2, 3, 5. Forget it, please. Take 2, 4, 5. I'm sorry. So we play 2, 4, 5, and what is hidden? What is hidden here? Look at this. Here. It's the thirds again, just with a top note. And then, you see, the elements that we actually use are few. It's just in what context and maybe the one or the other extra note. But, you know, after a while, at least that's my target, my students see like, I know that, that's the third, or I know that, it's the 6th. Don't bore me, Christian. Like, okay, here we have in bar number 74, 5, 6, we have this fill. Yeah, so top note plus thirds and finishing note. You know this one from before, right from the beginning of the solo, it was here, and the 6th, and same again, and here I put a little bit, just because I know you like it, if the bass gets the occasional kick, and since the right hand has done here, is on holiday already, like after this one, we can do this in the left hand, just once. What did I tell you? Thirds in the middle. And here, just let's do the counting for the last bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and once again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then we have this lovely chord. This is a nice one. We have the 13 here, and we have the sharp 9, which in the sheet music I just call the flat, the B flat, but it's just for readability reasons. Like it? Yes, I know you like it. I like it too. Okay, so you see what is at the bottom of my heart is making learning for you also easier by understanding those elements and recognizing them, and so that they are just lighting up. Say, it's just variation, but I know it's basically the same idea within the little licks. Okay, now it's coming the slow replay. I hope you enjoy this piece. Do it slowly, and then after a while give it a little swing. See you afterwards. Wrong again. This is rule 67. You have to turn all the way around and repeat it and practice it, right? And then, if you like that torture, you give me your thumbs up. Again wrong, you don't do that. You need your thumbs to practice. But you click the like under the video to show me that you liked it. See you next time. All the best from Berlin. Take care, stay safe.